Thanks so much for joining in on this tutorial. I really appreciate it. This is Title Leader's Dashboard. This is the automated, standardized, and centralized, all the 11 mandatory steps in ordering and handling title searches. All right, so right now, everyone on your team all across the US and all your different locations, everyone is performing these exact same 11 steps, and they're doing them all manually. All right, so everyone has their own work silo. No one knows what anyone else is doing. The process is generally not easily transferable. In other words, it's hard to train and hard to teach. And if someone else is out of the office, either on vacation, they're sick, they're on maternity leave, they've left the company, or they've been fired from the company, dismissed, how are you guys currently picking up on where those people left off? It's got to be extremely difficult, as it was in my company. And we were all in one location, and I had 7 people ordering searches and commitments for my business. So what I've done is I've eliminated all those issues for me and my largest client. And then I rolled our software out nationally. And then solar developers over the last 12 months became our biggest user. Let me show you what our dashboard is capable of. It appears quite simple, but it's extremely robust. At the top, our customers will drag and drop in a spreadsheet of an unlimited number of parcels or properties. You drag and drop that in. Then you have 2 choices. You choose the property type, which is going to be commercial for all of our solar developers. And then you're going to choose the search length. And you have a variety of options in there for search length. The shortest option is a vesting search, which gives you vesting and tax information. And then you have a one owner, which is also called an owner encumbrance search. Then you have a 2-owner search, then a full search, which depending on the state can be 30 to 60 years. And then the longest search option is a solar commitment, which is going to require us to do frequently back to 120 years or even to patent. And as you may know, patent is the term when the US government made a land grant to the first private owner of that property. So those are the 5 search options that you have. We can add others. So we just added the vesting search as a request specifically by our solar developer clients. All right, so you'll drop in your spreadsheet, you choose commercial, you choose which search type you want. And for commercial, as you know, anywhere in the US, they're done by quote, reply to you with that quote. Now, those quotes come back in an average of 24 hours. Quotes come back to you in the action required box. You're going to click on it and approve it. Boom, you're going to get a visual representation of that order. So our terminology is that an order can contain multiple searches. You can scroll through all of your open orders. Each search gets completed within an order. It hits your dashboard 24/7 in real time. The blue line extends to the right as each search hits the dashboard. And once that order is completed, then it moves down into the completed orders box. It's all right here in front of you. It's very simplistic. The way your team is doing it currently is may not be any tracking. There may be handwritten notes in hard copy folders. If you're lucky, you might have a spreadsheet that your team uses. We've got a couple of civil engineering firms that do work for solar developers. They've got shared spreadsheets that they use, but the problem they run into is that there's typically a backlog of information that does not get entered in, and there's error and omission, and invariably the spreadsheets are never accurate and they don't know what's going on. So they love our dashboard. You can find any search in the search oval. You can look up and find a search in a millisecond, looking up the search by any data, street number, parcel, county, state, project name, file number, whatever fields that you have included in your spreadsheet that you've uploaded your order with. You can look up any of those fields and find them instantly. No more hunting through folders, no more making phone calls to coworkers to find out what's going on, no more emailing search vendors or phone calls to search vendors or underwriters. You don't have to fool with it. You know exactly what's going on. Let's talk about saving. They're all saved in the same location in the cloud. We have an automatic naming format and numbering format in addition to yours, so it's extremely easy to find. So you no longer have employees saving searches to a server or their local hard drive, or what we find that many land teams members are doing is they're just leaving them in their inbox. So who knows where those searches are and how to get to them if you need to solve a problem and your teammate is not there. All communications are going to be here in the orange section. There are 3 types of action required notices that you're going to get. First is a quote, which you can approve or ask a question about. Second is going to be, hey, this is just a notification. That notification could be something like, hey, the air conditioning's out in one of the counties. So the county was closed, so it delayed the turnaround time in that particular county. The third and final issue that you're going to get a notification about is going to be a problem with the search. It's a search interrupting problem that's going to require data or information from you to resolve, so the search can be continued. And these are common and frequent. All right. And it could be something as simple as you transposing the digit in the parcel ID number, or you could have entered the incorrect county. Whatever it is, our abstractor on the ground cannot find that property due to inadequate information. So you're going to get a notice about it, and it's going to pop up here in your action required list. You're also going to get an email about it. Let's see what those look like real quick. I'm just going to click on this action required item, and it shows all 4 action items here in this sample. So the first one is a quote. So you can send a message, or you can review the price quote and accept it. Same thing with the second item here. The third item, there is a sample problem. You then take a look at what your records are, and you can find out whether or not you entered the right parcel number or not. You can correct it. You click send, and it goes right back to the abstractor, and the search resumes. All right. So as soon as you respond to an action required item, it disappears from this list. However, it stays a part of the search because it's time and date stamped at the bottom of the search. This is your to-do list. Everything in the left box is items that are in your court. The ball is in your court. If you've checked on a problem, a search interrupting problem, and you need to ask somebody else about the issue, well, you can just click on the bottom of it, and it moves over into the problems awaiting solution box. So this is the ball is in someone else's court on the right, and the action required items means they're items that you need to attend to. The ball is in your court. So every employee sees their own workflow, by the way. So you can come up to the top and you can see you're viewing the dashboard as a whole team, or you can view it as an individual. So when you come in the morning, you can pull up your dashboard and you can see what issues may have arisen. Every single employee knows exactly what's going on with their problems, what notifications they need to respond to, and what they don't. So you no longer have to scroll through inboxes. You no longer have to worry about emails being overlooked or misplaced because they've gone below the fold. There is absolutely no way of missing that you have an action item here. So it adds instant accountability to each employee who's using this, and it makes your life a lot easier. Let's take a look at a completed order real quick. I'm just going to click on this top one. Every order comes in a tile. I'm going to look at the searches here. These are the 4 searches in that order. You can see the blue line's gone all the way across. Shows you each is completed and when. Here's the PDF, and here are the notes. Here is what a search report looks like. You have the search data here on the left. You have vesting, followed by your deed chain, mortgages, the chain of title, what names were run in the chain of title, judgments and liens. And at the end, there's going to be a miscellaneous tab. This is going to be where easements show up, where rights of way will show up, where other documents, maybe there are leases of record, purchase options of record. You're going to need to know that. At the end of your search are going to be copies of all the documents referenced. Lastly is the accounts payable section. It's going to make your bookkeeping a lot easier. We track your invoice aging, your past dues, unpaid invoices in the center box, and all paid invoices to the right. You can look at the individual searches within this. You can see what the costs were. You can download the invoice. It's a PDF. You can email it to anybody you like. It's extremely easy to track all of your current invoices that are due or that are past due. And remember, you can find any invoice, any piece of communication, and any search in each of these 3 search boxes. They're all identical, and you can find a search in a few milliseconds by looking up any data in any field from any search. We eliminate any data entry by your bookkeeper of entering in all invoices and printing out checks, envelopes, stuffing them, sealing them, posting them, and delivering them. Now, all they have to do is log in and pay with a click, and it's paid by ACH, and everything is golden. So they will download a spreadsheet and drag and drop that over into their payment system, and everything is good. We've got some customers that have some complex payment routing methods they need to abide by, and so they just want to pay by check, are able to track everything for them. It's just that when it comes down, instead of to paying by a click, they're going to have to go through their check circus. So all in one spot, easily handled and taken care of. We guarantee workflow continuity, regardless of who is in the office and who's not. a fully transparent process that's easily transferable to any new employee, regardless of their tenure or level of training in the company. On the left, you have a full reporting suite, so you can schedule any report to be automatically generated and emailed to any party that you wish on a recurring basis. So you can stay up to date on activity. You can know exactly which action items are still needed to be responded to in the orange section here. And you can also schedule reports related to anything, so you're on top of everything always. So our customers like our pricing, which is anyone who signs up this year for doing a demo will receive a free for life subscription. And we are doing that for all of our customers that sign up through the end of this year. And that means no license fees, no subscription fees, no user number limits, because our revenue model is that our search vendor pays us on the back end per search, and we want to remove all barriers for customers to try us. All right, very briefly about our vendor on the back end of our platform is the largest commercial title search vendor in the nation. We serve each of the big four title insurance underwriters plus 12 independent title insurance underwriters. We are the go-to vendor in the nation. And now you have access to them through Title Leader. So your team is dealing with this entire mandatory 11-step process right now in a hodgepodge collection of processes that are all disjointed, not connected, have no transparency for management, and are highly inefficient. And we fixed all of those problems in our dashboard, and it is free. There is no reason for you to not try Title Leader. So call us today to set up your account.